Hi guys, welcome back to more political chatter, and I just want to let you guys know some breaking news right now. Dave McCormick has conceded this election in the Pennsylvania Republican Senate primary. He has conceded this election, and the election has therefore gone to Mehmet Oz. He will win this party's primary, and he will be the Republican nominee in November for the Senate, for the next Senate seat in Pennsylvania. And I mean, this is huge, and this came as a huge shock to me. So I assumed Dr. Oz was still going to win, right? In these in these last few days, going back to a week, I thought, it was looking like he was going to win. But still, there was a chance that McCormick could pull out, because if we look here, there were still 5,508 votes remaining. Alright, that's pretty crazy. 99% is in, and 5,508 votes remain. And if we look at this margin here, he only has a difference of about 900 votes around. So, saying that, there really was a strong chance that McCormick could win. And the Pennsylvania GOP has been counting these votes really slowly. They just counted a few more today, but they have been counting them really slowly. And Dave McCormick was doing better with the mail-in ballots. However, it wasn't really looking like it was going to be enough. But still, of course, there still was a chance with 5,000 votes left and a 900 vote margin that McCormick could pull it out. However, this is not the case. Tonight, he has conceded this election to Mehmet Oz. A couple days ago, Mehmet Oz actually claimed victory in the state of Pennsylvania. And he thought correctly. He has won this election. And I mean, this is huge because Dr. Oz's opponent in November is going to be John Fetterman, who won 58.7% of the vote in the Democratic primary to Connor Lamb and Malcolm Kenyatta. And John Fetterman is kind of like a rough progressive, kind of like a Bernie bro type of guy. He's very progressive, as I just said. Plus, he has a strong rural appeal in these very red counties in Pennsylvania. He campaigns here. He wants these rural votes, and Mehmet Oz is not going to be someone who could get that. He is from the state of New Jersey. He is a TV personality. He has a show who many people believe is, pretty fake on many levels. And he's from New Jersey, and, sure, Trump endorsed him, but he's not like the Make America Great Again type that these, diehard Trump fans voted, the reason why these diehard Trump fans voted for him. If we look in these very rural districts, Beaver County, Washington County, but I mean especially Venango, I haven't heard of these, Warren, but in these rural areas, these are the areas that went to Dave McCormick. The cities, Philadelphia County, Bucks County, the cities are what are going to Dr. Oz. And McCormick, the more traditional conservative type, won the more rural counties. And he doesn't have as much of a rural appeal, Dr. Oz, as Dave McCormick, but more importantly, obviously, than John Fetterman. And that's why I believe John Fetterman will be the next senator from the state of Pennsylvania. He was strong in his Democratic primary, was thought to be competitive, but he crushed Connor Lamb and Malcolm Kenyatta. And Dr. Oz is, once again, the Republicans destroy themselves in a state. Dr. Oz didn't win a third of the votes. That should be extremely concerning. Less than 1 in 3 Republican primary voters in Pennsylvania voted for Dr. Oz, while almost 6 out of 10, or 3 out of 5 Democratic primary voters in Pennsylvania voted for John Fetterman. See, what I was saying here, the Republicans are destroying themselves in all these states. North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Colorado, wherever it is, they are destroying themselves with their primaries. They're performing self-destruct. They have such divided primaries they do not unite behind one candidate, that it is so dividing the party. Dr. Oz won 31.2%. McCormick won 31.1%. Barnett won 24.7%. And then Sands won 5%. Bardos won 5%. And those are unremarkable. But I mean, we have 3 major candidates and 2 more that win 5%. That's another 10%. That is an extreme concern. That should be an extreme concern for the Pennsylvania establishment. They should not let that happen. And for example, let's go up to the Democratic side. John Fetterman won in a landslide with almost 60% of the vote. That's almost 2/3 of the votes. Let's go to the governor. It's going to take a second to load. In the governor's primary, 50% of the vote. Less than half of Pennsylvania GOP primary voters voted for Doug Mastriano. Lou Barletta won 20%. Bill McSwain won 15%. Dave White won 9%. Melissa Hart won 4%. These primaries are so divided. Then we scroll up to Josh Shapiro's primary. Look at that. 100% of the vote. They could project the winner before any votes were cast, because he was the only candidate in this primary, because the Pennsylvania Democrats know that they have to win this election, and they know that it's going to be harder to win this election if they have a divided primary. So what do? They want one candidate. That's Josh Shapiro, who is popular, who is an electable candidate. Doug Mastriano is not an electable candidate. I have the Pennsylvania governor primary going to Josh Shapiro. Mastriano was a part of the January 6th. He wasn't in the Capitol. He didn't storm the Capitol. He was in a rally nearby. He believes that the election was stolen, even though he brings up no evidence of that at his rallies or anything like that. He is too radical for Pennsylvania voters. Biden won the state in 2020. This was not a Trump state. He cannot win it. Josh Shapiro will win this by a lean margin, if not likely. It's going to be more close to being likely. And again, I have Fetterman winning this race. The Pennsylvania Democratic primary should feel so lucky that the Republican primaries nominated 2 unelectable candidates. If McCormick was running, I think that McCormick would be able to pull out a narrow win. Possibly not. I'd have to look more into it, actually. But I think that he would probably pull out a very narrow win, because he can put up a good fight in rural counties that Fetterman is going for also. Oz cannot. So that is my prediction for the state of Pennsylvania in the 2022 midterms. I think that both Fetterman and Shapiro will win. I'll definitely talk about this more. I love this race. I think that this is an extremely interesting race. And I hope to see you all next time. Thank you very much.